Hi, if you're watching this video today, it's probably because you know someone who is extremely sick at this point. That person could be you, it could be your father, your mother, your child, a relative, a friend, whoever it is. The whole point of today's video is what else can we do when you are extremely sick? Yes, medicine plays a role. Your doctors play a role. So does food, so does sleep, so does exercise, so does your emotional wellness. We can try Ayurveda, we can try alternative medicine, we can try nutritional therapies, massages, whatever it is. I want to talk about something today beyond all these medicines. You know, some people reach an end of life disease, or they reach a stage where it's almost all done and no one can offer any more options to them. I don't have a vaccination to sell you. I don't have a magic food, a superfood, absolutely nothing. But I have something to teach you today that has already worked for so many of our people, okay? There is science involved, there is nature involved, there's everything involved. It's just that we don't do these simple things. If you've ever gone back into the history of our planet, you find that the most complex solutions are sometimes solved by the most simple approaches. We know that for the longest time. From inventions and scientists, they all realize that complication is real. But simplification or simplicity is the way forward. Simple thinking helps us solve complicated problems. A simple mindset can help us build intricate technologies and everything else. What I want to talk to you today is applicable for everyone, whatever sickness you have, even if you're looking at preventing illness. You know, maybe you have something like just chronic fatigue every single day, no matter what you do, you're tired all the time, or you're depressed. It doesn't just have to be cancer. It doesn't have to just be Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia, or some other deadly disease. It could just be depression. You don't feel good about yourself. You don't feel good in your head. You have brain fog all the time. You have fatigue, you have skin eruptions, you have acne, whatever it is. There could be so many different foods that treat you, medicine, steroids, whatever it is, but it works for some time. After that, it stops working. Let me start off by giving you a simple example that I've given on several videos. And what I talk about today is also done in depth in another video, which we will share with you, the link if you want to learn further about this. So number one, you could be the best baker in the world. You could be the best chef in the world. You're making bread. Okay, the dough is perfect. With years of experience, the best ingredients, you make the perfect dough. Now you put it in the oven. If the environment in the oven, the temperature, is even half a degree wrong or 1 degree wrong, you know that dough, which is made with the best experience and the best ingredients in the world, isn't going to rise. Healing happens in the right environment. Sometimes you may not have the best medication. You may not have access to great nutrition. But if we put a sick body in an environment that is right, a lot of these things can get better, even though we don't have the best or we can't afford the best. It's not like only the best quality food is going to heal you or the best quality medicine. What about people who don't have money? What about people below poverty line who have access to like the most basic food and very, very little medical treatment? Does this mean they all die? No, a lot of them survive. A lot of them get better automatically as well. The environment that you put yourself in is so important for your overall healing. Sometimes to bring out the best of your medicines, the best of your nutrition, your exercise, you can have all of that, the best of it. But if you are in the wrong environment, you are not aligned with the rhythm of nature, you are not aligned with the laws of nature, even the best medications in the world can fail. Even the best nutrition in the world can fail. So what I'm talking about today is a rhythm, is a law of nature, which if we put ourselves within, or we try to get closer to or align, we are going to start to see, in most cases, progress in our healing and our recovery. Am I saying this method can put your cancer in remission, reverse your Alzheimer's and Parkinson's? I'm not talking about that. But can you get better? Absolutely yes. Can you feel better? Absolutely yes. Can you reduce the side effect of your medications? Absolutely yes. Can you build a stronger immune system, reduce inflammation faster? Absolutely yes, when the environment is right and you align to the rhythm of nature. You see, everything works in harmony, everything. Nature plants, the sun, the moon, the stars, the earth, vibrations between people, and harmony. Some people you don't vibe with. You use that word, I get bad vibes from that person. Those are bad vibrations, those are bad frequencies. You're not in harmony with that person's energy. We have harmony all around us. Nature works in harmony. When there's disharmony in nature, you have storms, you have tsunamis, you have earthquakes. When there's harmony in nature, everything's going well. Trillions of cells in the human body work in harmony with one another. When they're out of harmony, when there's disharmony amongst our cells, it's something called homeostasis in our body. When we're out of homeostasis, let's say your blood pressure goes up right now, okay, your body will try to do everything it can to resume homeostasis. Homeostasis is when your breath is fine, your pulse rate is fine, your heartbeat is fine, everything's working in rhythm. The body is not in stress mode because everything is functioning. Well, the moment the body moves into stress mode because it identifies, hey, this pulse rate is going up. Hey, I can't push blood through my artery. There seems to be a blockage. We move out of homeostasis, which in other words, disharmony happens. When there's disharmony, there is disease. When there is disharmony for a long time, disease sets in. When there's disharmony for a short time, we get symptoms. Maybe constant stomach pain, or we start feeling fatigued all the time. We start losing weight. We start gaining weight. Our hair starts falling. We get acne on our skin. These are all symptoms of the body and cells not working in harmony with one another. And we can do several things in the medical world, right? From using medication, in the lifestyle world, right? From using nutrition, trying to improve your sleep. But again, if you can align your body and the way you live with nature, you give the intelligence in your system the platform to do its job. Everyone has an intelligence in their system, but it gets compromised. And that's why we have problems. That's why the body cannot heal itself. The intelligence of the body is compromised when the tumor is constantly growing. The body's intelligence is hampered. Now, the body's intelligence, we can harness it again by trying to put the body into a rhythm where we create harmony between the cells. So what I'm talking about today is something called the circadian rhythm. You can't debate it. It's real. It exists. It's been studied today by science, and that's why we're talking about it. Because all the science relating to the circadian rhythm, when you look at all of the science, circadian rhythm, living related to better control of diabetes, including reversal. Circadian rhythm aligning with nature, related to higher immune systems, DNA repair, stem cell regeneration, microbiome repair. All of these things happen when we are aligned with nature. I'm going to teach you today simple things that you can do to put yourself in that environment, okay? You lose nothing by trying. You've already tried so many treatments. You've already tried so many diets, medications, and you've reached this point where you're still sick and you're tired of being sick, or you're scared of what's next. Is it going to be death? Destiny is not in our control. We don't know, so we're not going to talk about destiny. We're going to talk about what we can do, And you may be saying right now, I've seen the best doctors across the world. I've seen the best nutritionists, the best personal trainers, but there is still something that you've missed doing. And that is aligning your body with the laws of nature to live within the circadian rhythm. You see, everything in the human body is connected with the outside environment. Sun, moon, light, darkness controls several hormonal functions in our brain. It puts us to sleep. When we sleep, our immune system comes up, inflammation goes down, melatonin moves around the body, now scientifically today termed as an anti-cancer vaccine, because its job is to recognize the proliferation of cancer cells. But if we're not sleeping well at night, we don't have sufficient melatonin, we've just disabled our immune system by 50 to 60%, or like Dr. Matt Walker says, sometimes 60 to 70% of our immune system is disabled with just 1 to 2 to 3 nights of sleep deprivation. So the science is real, but are we using the circadian rhythm in our path of treatment, recovery, or better living? I know people today who are living the circadian rhythm and they're like, Luke, my energy, I've never felt like this. I can say I'm living from today, because all the previous years, I thought that was normal energy. But the energy I have today is something else. I don't need caffeine anymore. It doesn't mean you have to stop coffee. I don't need caffeine because you're running on cellular energy. All of us should be running on cellular energy, but 70 to 80% of the world that is hooked on to coffee is running on caffeine. Caffeine isn't bad for you. You can enjoy a cup of coffee, But if you need caffeine to start your day and get you through your day, you know right now that you are fatigued at a cellular level. That's why you need a stimulant. In the long run, you are going to have problems if you don't correct that, because cellular energy is what protects us from diseases, powers our immune system, helps us recover when the body needs immense energy to recover from an accident, to surgery, tumors, heavy treatments, heavy chemicals that we have to ingest because of our symptoms and our treatments. So this energy has to be created at a cellular level, and we can do this naturally when we align to nature. So it's called the circadian rhythm. There's a reason why the sun rises at a particular time, sets at a particular time. There are certain actions in the body that changes. Our hunger cycles change, our sleep cycles change with the weather, with the sun, with the moon. Most people who sleep with a window open, they will automatically wake up at the break of dawn when that light hits their eyes. You know, you start slowing down melatonin. You look at the first sunrise, you start resetting melatonin for the next 12 hours, which means you start preparing your sleep for 12 hours later. It's beautiful. All of this is controlled by nature, by the suprachiasmatic nucleus in your brain that works and is triggered by light and darkness. Every hormonal function in the human body works according to the circadian rhythm. So people who work night shifts and all of that, in the beginning, until they adjust to it, they tend to have hormonal issues, weight gain, irritability, their stools change, constipation, all of that stuff. They adjust later because the body, for survival, will help you adjust. A lot of people who are jet lagged, they experience a complete change in hunger and all of these things. It shows you that your circadian rhythm is completely out of whack. And once it gets back into rhythm, you go back to normalcy, everything works. So now you take the sick body that you have and you keep it misaligned from nature. You keep it in disharmony. You are not using a powerful force to help you with recovery, which is your own intelligence in the body, your own hormones, your own immune system, which is controlled again by your circadian rhythm, the way you live. I'm going to give you a couple of points, 8 to 9 points. Okay. We'll also share a list with you. We'll also share a link with you where we've actually written about this. We've actually written a book. It's free for you. And it has, I think, 100+ testimonials of real life people who have just followed this. No, they haven't paid us money, come on programs, none of that. They just followed this. And you should see what they have achieved when they put their body in a circadian rhythm. We had a lady from Serbia with arthritis for 20 years, and I don't even know her. One day she reached out to me and on social media, and she said, Luke, I've been doing the circadian rhythm for like 8 days now. And for the first time in 20 years, I have zero pain. How is this possible? You've allowed your body to heal. There's no magic in it. Inflammation has come down. Your immune system has finally learned to relax because you possibly put your body in the right environment, which means you're allowing nature to work for you. You have to remember one thing. Every second of the day and night, your body cares about one thing, which is your survival. If there's something wrong, it's trying to fix it. If we compromise it because of poor lifestyle, like the body wants to induce sleep and rest when you're sick, so it can conserve energy to heal you. But no, we go out there. We take a Coke, we take a Pepsi, we take a coffee to feel energetic, we pop some pills so we can continue running down our body and exerting energy. So we compromise your own immune system and your own body's healing abilities to repair you. And then we wonder what's going wrong with us. We've not even given a fair chance to our own intelligence in the body to help us. Take all the medicines you need to by your doctors, take all the nutrition, but let me tell you, if you've not yet started to use the intelligence of your own body, that is a low-hanging fruit for you. That is such a powerful drug, and you have to use it. Where medicine starts to fail, where nutrition starts to fail, you shouldn't have to wait for it to fail. The moment you're sick, you should start putting yourself into this rhythm. Forget about the moment you're sick. As preventive medicine, the best advice I could give anyone over and above nutrition and lifestyle is at least 5 or 6 out of 7 days in a week, try to live the circadian way because you're harnessing the intelligence of your own body and then everything works better. It's happening to the world. Yeah, we know there's junk food and sugar, but people are putting on weight, getting obese, getting injured, inflammation, depression, all of these things. We blame it on food, we blame it on lifestyle. Yes, we should also blame it on the environment that we're putting ourselves in. We are so in disharmony with ourselves. We are so in misalignment with our rhythms, our internal rhythms and the rhythms of nature. That's why we all crave for a holiday by the beach or by the river or the hills. We crave for it. Why? Because that's natural to feel aligned. And the moment we're amidst nature, why do we feel so different? Because that's supposed to be our natural state. That's how we should be all the time. The moment you go back into your concrete jungles and everything else, you start feeling the stresses and the pressures of life because the environment is not natural. Now, we can't always choose to be in nature and all of that stuff. So we try to create the circadian rhythm of living at your own home. And this is how we do it. Number one, every point I give you is a choice. I used to have, when I used to teach the circadian rhythm to some of our clients who are billionaires on the royal family, they were like, look, we're jet set people. We're too busy. We can't do this. Just ask them a simple question. It's up to you. I can only tell you what's good for you. If you choose to do it, if there's a will, you'll find a way to do it and you get the results. And these same so-called busy people today are living the circadian way. They've learned to build and adjust their life around it. Not only have they gotten better, their productivity has gone up, their creativity has gone up, anger issues have come up. It's beautiful when you just give your body to nature and allow it to work its magic. What I'm talking about today is not a substitute for your medicines that your doctors have prescribed to you or your nutrition. All of this works parallel with what I'm talking about. So the first step, as the sun sets, there's a massive change happening at a planetary level and at a cellular level. You should try to have your last meal either with sunset, if you can, before sunset, or at least within 1 hour after sunset. Try to perfect this. If you're used to eating your meals at 10 o'clock, slowly bring it to 9 and then maybe to 8 and then to 7. And you can do this. Like I said, the busiest people in the world are doing it. It's all about how you plan your day. And if you can't do it, you can't do it. There are 9 points. If you can do all of these points, brilliant. If not, start off with 1 point, then maybe the second, then the third. But when the human mind decides enough is enough, I need to heal, I need to recover, you will do what it takes. What I'm teaching you today doesn't cost you money. It's free of cost, which is my only worry. Because whatever's free is always taken for granted. It is never utilized. It is never utilized. Everything that's free is taken for granted. But we as human beings prefer to pay for complications, pay for fancy stuff, costly nutrients, thinking it's going to do all of the work. It may do all of that work, but why not invest in something which is already free and which is a gift from nature, which is number one, our life, our body, and the connection that we have with nature. So the first step is try to finish your dinner within an hour of sunset, or with sunset, or at least you should finish your meal before the sun sets. It's a beautiful feeling once you start to do it. The second, okay, I want you to aim for a bedtime anywhere between 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. Yeah, you can still have a social life. Okay, remember I said at least 6 out of 7 days. Okay, you don't need to socialize every day. If you want to get better, you need to put in some effort. You want to get better, there has to be some discipline and consistency. A lot of human beings think that we are entitled to easy or we are entitled to no difficulties. You got to change that mindset right now because you have a sick body. Okay, if you want different results, you got to do different things. Okay, so number two, try to aim for your bedtime between 9 to 10, maximum 10:30. We want to make use of the 2 hours before midnight. 1 hour before midnight, turn off your gadgets. Even better, if you can keep your gadgets off from the time the sun sets, that's even better. We're talking about extreme situations where it's a life or death kind of situation, or you're tired of being sick, you're tired of being bogged down, depressed. Try this. If your work isn't on your phone, great. Try to switch your phone off. Extreme, after sunset. Not so extreme, 1 hour before you go to bed. That's mandatory. So you have no exposure to blue light, artificial light. It doesn't disrupt your melatonin, which we're trying to use for your healing. So that means no TV, no iPad, no phone, nothing. Plan. What are you going to do in that 1 hour? So many things. Talk to your family, read a book, write a journal, practice gratitude, meditate, do your pranayama, whatever it is that you want to do. Plan your next day, 1 hour. A lot of people doing the circadian rhythm now say that, look, 1 hour isn't. We have so much of 1 hour without gadgets. We have so many things that we want to do. But that's great. Okay, so 1 hour before bed, you switch off your phones, get into bed between 9 and 10, max 10:30. Okay, wake up before sunrise or with the rising sun. As you get into the cycle of 9 to 10 and your earlier dinners, you will automatically find that your sleep gets deeper over time, and you will start to wake up when your body's completely rested. Try and wake up. So if you're still getting up after sunset, after sunrise, set an alarm for the first couple of days. After a few days, you won't even need an alarm because now your circadian rhythm and your body is aligned. You will automatically get up at the same time every day. If you don't live in a crowded city, try to keep your windows a little open so that there's no harsh light coming in because that will disrupt your sleep. But if you have nature around you, you want natural light to hit you in the morning and wake you up. When you wake up, the first thing that you do, okay, the first thing that you try to do after your toilet and your bathroom rituals, open the window or step out in the balcony or step out in the garden and connect with natural light, whether it's the sky, the rising sun, trees. I want you to look at that natural light for at least 2 minutes. Very, very important. A very important rule is from the time you wake up, for the first 2 hours after you wake up, you do not switch your cell phone on. Extremely important. Okay, I know 2 hours seems a lot, but you can use that 2 hours, bathroom, yoga, pranayama, exercise, plan your day, go for a walk in nature, so many different things that you can do. Okay, that 2 hours will pass very, very quickly. All right, so yeah, we reached that point. So you connect with the sun, you connect with whatever, and then you, 2 hours later, you can switch on your phone. I know you may be addicted to coffee. I'm not here to stop your coffee, but if you can have your coffee maybe 2 to 3 hours after wake up, this is extremely important for your circadian rhythm. See, when you wake up in the morning, you already wake up with high cortisol levels. You have a coffee immediately, coffee also raises your cortisol levels higher, which is unnecessary. It causes disharmony amongst the cells. Okay, not something we want when we're trying to repair a sick body. Have your 1 coffee in a day, have your 2 coffees in a day. But remember, circadian rhythm is everything at the right time. Rhythm means at the right time. Think about a band playing. They have to play at the right time. If the pianist plays at the wrong time, the rhythm is broken. So we're trying to get into a very simple, natural rhythm. We're not taking your coffee away. We're just trying to say that if you can, have it 2 hours later. And if you fill up your morning, those 2 hours with your exercise, your prayer, your meditation, it will just fly by, and then you have a nice cup of coffee to look up to after you finish. Now, let's say you finished your dinner at 6:30. Okay, 6:30 to 6:30 in the morning is 12 hours. All right. Mostly when you start doing this, you're not going to feel hungry at 6:30, maybe not even till 7:30, maybe not even to 8:30. That makes it 14 hours, 12 to 14 hours of circadian fasting, which is therapeutic for every aspect of your condition. Unless, of course, your doctor said you need to eat regularly because of your blood sugar levels or your kidney or whatever. Okay, we're talking over and beyond that. Most people who are now doing the circadian rhythm say, Luke, sometimes we don't feel hungry for 15, 16, 17 hours, some up for lunch. Everyone's different. It's not a competition. Listen to your body. Wake up hungry within 12 hours. That 12 hours of fasting was brilliant for you. Don't eat out of habit. Eat because you're truly hungry. So for you, it may be 12, someone else 13, someone else 14, someone else 15. You figure out your niche and you operate within that rhythm. So then you can eat. So you're getting a nice 12 to 14 or 15 hour beautiful fast without even trying, and it's within rhythm. Intermittent fasting is great, but most people mess it up and never get the benefits because they keep changing the timings. They break the rhythm. One day they start at 8 o'clock, the next day they start at 10 o'clock, the next day they start at midnight. So yeah, you are fasting, you get some of the benefits, but nothing compared to what you would get in a circadian rhythm aligned to nature. Okay, so now you've broken it. And the next important thing is your lunch you should try to have your lunch between 12 and 2 o'clock. That is the time that your metabolic activity is the highest. And lunch should actually be your most wholesome meal in the day because you can break down those calories very, very efficiently and easy. And you create sufficient amount of energy to get you through the latter part of your day. So your timings of your meals in the circadian rhythm, try to fix the timings of your meals. Okay, fix the timings of your meals. So breakfast is at 10, lunch is at 2, dinner is at 6. Try to eat at that same time every day. See, your body will adapt if you change 1-2 hours, but you don't want to break the rhythm. Your body expects food at a particular time, but we don't give it because we have a meeting or we want to watch an extra series on Netflix. No, you're breaking the rhythm. So part of the circadian rhythm living is eat your meals at the same time. Try to do this. It's a brilliant feeling. As you keep doing this, you find also that the way you eat changes. All of a sudden, you stop craving sugary foods. You stop craving carbs. You're working in a beautiful rhythm, in harmony. When you're in harmony, everything works the right way. We tend to crave carbs and sugars when we're in disharmony. We're emotionally stressed out. We're out of rhythm. We crave all the wrong stuff. So another part of the circadian rhythm, eating at the same time makes a huge, huge difference. If you can also put your workout at the same time, that's also great. So now your body works in a rhythm. They know that Luke goes to sleep. Luke eats his last meal at 6:30, shuts off his phone at 8, gets into bed at 9:30, wakes up before sunrise, has his coffee 3 hours later after eating something, finishes his routine, phones are off, exercises at the same time. Food is at the same time. Your body has a memory. It's constantly recording everything. We put ourselves into a rhythm, and now we surrender. We allow our own intelligence to work for us. We allow nature to work for us the way we were designed, as human beings. So like I said, take your meds, do everything. But if you are at that space of your life right now where you've tried everything and you're giving up, don't give up unless you've tried living the circadian way. You know, another thing, most people living the circadian way say, Luke, today we don't even care about, being up late on Saturday night or Sunday. We just want to sleep because we feel so good. A lot of people have said, oh, socializing is overrated. Instead of doing it every second day, we're happy with once in 10 days because we feel so good. I don't have to constantly look up to society to make me happy anymore. And all of it's good. We're social animals, we're social beings. We need to meet people, all of that stuff. But I think it's about time we realize society's overdone it. And because we're trying to fill voids, we think that, socializing more fills all of these voids. We're absolutely wrong. When you start living the circadian way, you have this comfort or this happiness that comes in you, where you just feel so fulfilled and content with everything that you have going on in your life. To experience that feeling, you got to do it. So these are the points. This is what you do. I'll go over it once more. Please give it a shot without giving up. While your mind can constantly continue searching for complication, try this along with it. And it is going to make a huge difference in your overall well-being, not just your disease, not just your health. When people say, hey, Luke, what should I do for preventive medicine today? Should I have more garlic, ginger? Can you give me a supplement? I can fly down from the US. You can do all of that. First, try to live in the circadian rhythm so your own body protects you, your own intelligence protects you. So again, dinner before sunset, with sunset, or within 1 hour of sunset. Try. Phones off 1 hour before bed. Get into bed between 9 and 10, max 10:30. Wake up before sunrise or with sunrise. Okay, set an alarm if that's going to help you. 3-4 days, it'll become a natural rhythm. Exercise at the same time every day as far as possible. Eat your meals at the same time every day. Moment you wake up, no phones on for 2 hours. Connect with morning light. Connect with the sky. Connect with the trees, whatever it is, color. I won't even look at them. That resets your melatonin for the next 12 hours. What can break your circadian rhythm is having caffeine late at night. Okay, because that shoots up your cortisol levels. It wakes you up at a cellular level. Melatonin gets suppressed. Okay, have your coffee in the earlier part of the day. Maybe towards the end of the day, if you like sipping something hot, you can have a chamomile tea, you can have an herbal concoction, a dandelion tea, whatever it is. But try to stop your caffeine afternoon. A lot of people say that, oh, I can sleep with caffeine. That's fine, but if caffeine is still behaving as a stimulant at a cellular level, maybe you've gotten used to it and you can sleep. But so in the circadian rhythm, try to finish your coffee maximum by 2 o'clock in the afternoon if you can. And this is how you live the circadian way. And I would want you to try this if you never have. If you're stuck in life right now at this point, this is something that can help. When it hits you, immediately the first thoughts are fear. How will I socialize? How will I eat out? Believe me, once you start doing it, you make your life adjust around all of these things. Like I won't go for dinner to anyone's house today during the week if dinner isn't going to be served at 6:30. So I'd rather not go. And my friends know about that. I want them to respect that about me. One night in a way, of course, I'm not going to be the odd one out. I'll have a late dinner with them, but it's not going to be my everyday thing. So you see certain communities in Europe, in the US and stuff, dinners are over by 5:30 and 6. It is possible. There are countries living that way. Now we got to adjust our lifestyles to make it work that way. But I can promise you, try doing this for 10 days in a row and you are going to feel a difference. Try it a little longer. Your body starts moving into recovery mode. You allow the intelligence to start doing the things where medicine has its limitations, nutrition has its limitations, and everything else. Thank you for your time.